Spending is going to be up 6% in holiday season. It looks like about 60% in downtown Chicago.
Bears take over. First down at their own 4-yard line. Brock Forsey getting the start, picks up just a yard on the play. Cordell Stewart making his first start in 7 weeks as the Bears starting quarterback, replacing the injured Chris Chandler. He came back last week in relief of Chandler and won that game in Denver. Chris Valario starting at right guard, did not practice all week. He's got a bad side. They'll see how long he can go. And we mentioned Brock Forsey, 6th-round draft pick out of Boise State, getting the start today because Anthony Thomas came down with viral pneumonia on Friday. So he is inactive today. Here's Stewart passing it to the fullback Stanley Pritchett, and Pritchett will only pick up another yard before Dexter Jackson knocked him down.
Wide receivers being big guys and having the height advantage over the Cardinals secondary. This is where it should show up.
They need the 14. Quick pass. Bobby Wade makes the catch and gets the first down all the way out to the 31-yard line. A gain of 23 for the rookie.
Just a quick slant pass from Cordell Stewart to Bobby Wade. And Cordell told us yesterday that his 2 favorite targets are Justin Gage and Bobby Wade. Why? Because they've spent so much time practicing together on the scout team. He said those are his boys.
Wade went to the University of Arizona, grew up at Phoenix, went to Desert Vista, and talked to him before the game. He was excited about playing this football game today. Looked like it on that last pass. Here on first down, Brock Forsey behind his blockers, gets it outside, and Forsey will pick up 9 yards on the run. Out to L.A. and Jay
Terry's, at least his protege.
2nd and short. Stewart going up for that receiver, Justin Gage, the rookie, and what a catch! Stayed on his feet, got down inside the 5-yard line. David Barrett was there with him, but Gage made a heck of a move to make a heck of a catch. 57 yards on the catch and run.
Kurt, this is exactly what we talked about when we talked about Justin Gage, who's 6'4", over David Barrett. It's not a great throw by Cordell Stewart. It's actually underthrown, but watch Gage. He just out-jumps Barrett. He uses his height. He uses his size. Justin Gage, I think, could be a great wide receiver in the National Football League.
Bears trying to get their first quarter touchdown of the year. Stewart scrambling in the end zone. Marty Booker, touchdown, Chicago Bears. Booker's 2nd touchdown reception of the year and the first in the first quarter for Chicago all season long.
Kurt, I said that I believe Cordell Stewart really gained the confidence of this Chicago Bears team when he stepped in last week. They were losing in Denver 10-9. He orchestrated a win, and I think he's just absolutely solidified it now.
Paul Ettinger gets the extra point, and the Bears, with a couple of big plays to rookie receivers, go to the old vet for the touchdown and a 7-0 lead.
Marty Booker, this is what Chris Chandler doesn't do. He's got the movement to the outside, and then it's a beautiful catch in situations like that. He also needs to make a big play to convert on 3rd down.
Ball on the 41. Marcel Schick runs right into Big Keith Traylor. And when you run into Traylor, you don't often get away, do you? Not a man his size.
And the amazing thing about Keith Traylor to me is he's one of those guys who is an enormous man, but he has great mobility. Here he is right here on the nose. You see him get up underneath the center, underneath the double team, and he drives upfield. Keith Traylor has great upfield movement for an enormous person.
340 pounds, 6'2", now in his 12th season in the National Football League. To be effective in this no-huddle offense, it's not really a hurry-up because they still take time off the clock. They just call the play at the line of scrimmage. Here's Emmitt Smith's first carry, and boy, it looked a lot like his last couple in Dallas. He's dropped for a loss. Brian Urlacher and Keith Traylor with the tackle.
Well, Urlacher looked like he knew the play before it happened. the hole opens up to Urlacher's left. You're going to watch him just slide, and he fills the hole. And if Brian Urlacher is unblocked, you're in trouble. Today, they've already got 2. And you got to believe, Kurt, they're going to look for a lot more because Cordell Stewart likes his big receivers, especially Gage and Wade.
Brock Forsey with another nice run, and Forsey will be close to that first down marker. Ronald McKinnon with the tackle.
Well, that's another nice run for Forsey, but the last drive, it was about Cordell going 4 for 4. There he finds Bobby Wade. This one puts it up for grabs. Justin Gage comes down with it, 6'4". Then the bootleg pass and the touchdown to Marty Booker. It was a perfectly executed drive for Cordell Stewart.
And Cordell looks to be in charge right now, 4 for 4 on that drive, 85 yards on the touchdown.
Whatever it takes.
Loss of 6 on that last play. 2nd and long. Stewart. Quick pass out to Marty Booker, and Booker will pick up 8 yards on the reception. Ray Thompson on the tackle. And we mentioned earlier Chris Valerio was starting, hadn't practiced all week because of an injured right side, came out, played that first series, is now out of the ball game. He's on the sideline, and Terrence Metcalf is in at right guard. 2nd year, 3rd round draft pick last season out of Missouri, and he's a guy that, you know, you talked to the center, Olin Kreutz said he may have to help a little bit more today because of his inexperience.
Look at the size of these guys compared to these guys. There's a huge mismatch out there.
Brock Forsey, another hard run. Oh, this kid is impressive. Yeah. Down to the 33-yard line, 15 yards.
Yeah, Brock Forsey right now is averaging 7 yards a carry. So 9 yards a carry. So it's time for the Arizona Cardinals to start paying closer attention to it.
Didn't know he was going to start until Friday when practice came.
And I think people have to be really impressed with the way he stepped in last week, operated this offense with efficiency, and the way he's doing it right now.
5 for 5 so far in this football game for 95 yards and a touchdown. 6 for 6, Stanley Pritchett still fighting. And Ronald McKinnon was holding on, held him up long enough to get some help.
If Edinger had made him, the Bears have got a much different record right now. 6 and 5 they'd be. Woulda, coulda, shoulda, right?
Marcel Shipp, well, would have made a first down if he had picked up 10, but instead he winds up losing a yard on the play. Warwick Holdman got in there and made the tackle.
Yeah, Holdman makes the tackle, but a lot of people have talked about running right at Brian Urlacher. I want you to watch Urlacher on this play and watch what he does to the fullback. He gets up under Hodgins. He drives the runner back to the inside. So even though Urlacher doesn't make the tackle on this play, it's his technique as a linebacker that enables Holdman to make the play.
Cordell Stewart kind of out of his groove right now. He's got a 3rd and 10 situation. 3 receivers to his right. Goes that way, Marty Booker. And Booker will pick up 6 yards, not enough for the first down. James Darling will stop it. Cardinals begin on the 34. Marcel Shipp wrapped up in the backfield. Alex Brown all over that one.
Yeah, Alex Wood has really picked up his game. Alex Brown over the last couple of weeks has really come on. He's a young guy in his 2nd year. You see him right here. He gets penetration. He's a good upfield movement guy, a good pass rusher who I think has really started to play the run extremely well, especially in these last 5 weeks.
That was the knock on him coming out of the University of Florida, that he was a pass rusher only.
Because he's the guy.
They need the 44. Blake looks that way. Comes back, and it's caught. Brian Gilmore, and he's stopped by Brian Urlacher, a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, they come up short, and Kurt, I got to tell you, Bolden was wide open again. It's a nice play by Brian Urlacher. We've seen him all over today. Watch Bolden come right across the middle. Look how open he is, Kurt. I mean, there was nobody over the top. There was no one around him. And here's Urlacher. He's got Gilmore in front of him. And that's like low-hanging fruit for Brian Urlacher. Early in the season, Kurt, because he had some young guys around him and a complicated defense, and he was making so many calls. I think he was worried too much about where everyone else was, took him out of his game. But when we saw today, he is back into his game, using his speed, using his instincts and his upper body strength to play it at a very high level.
And says that he's having a good time. He says he really enjoys the enthusiasm, the youth on this football team, and that has made this game more fun as he plays it.
He's one of those heroes that you want your kids to look up to because he's such a fine guy.
After the 6-yard run by Brock Forsey, they throw it underneath to him, and Forsey will be tripped up after a pickup of 4, going to be near that first down marker. Out to Los Angeles, and ball on the 22. The pitch out to Forsey. Every time it looks like he stopped, he seems to find a way to keep picking up yards, and he did it once again on the outside, getting 4 that time.
Yeah, Forsey doesn't have spectacular speed. He doesn't have spectacular size, but if you watch him, his feet are incredibly choppy, and he seems to have a real knack for finding a space, finding a gap or a seam, and exploiting it, and he just keeps going there. And boy, I know he went to Boise State in the WAC conference, but he was not only a great runner there, but he also had a lot, over 1,000 yards in his career as a receiver, too.
There's a walk-on at Boise.
Go back to Forsey, Kurt, who's got 50 yards already today running the football on 7 carries.
Well, he's going to come out of the game right now here in a 3rd down situation.
I don't think anyone would have expected. He played pretty well a few weeks ago when the Bears played Detroit here, but he averaged about 3.1 a carry. There it is. And today at 7.1.
Well, this is his 2nd start in place of the injured Anthony Thomas. Viral pneumonia keeping him out this week. Stewart on 3rd down. Quick pass. That's Marty Booker. No, it's Desmond Clark, pardon me. Clark, the tight end, reached across and looks like he got enough for the first down.
Yeah, that was a good battle won by Desmond Clark against a very physical Adrian Wilson. But Cordell Stewart did a good job beating the blitz and hanging in there. Watch Desmond Clark right there. Gets that ball just across the first down marker.
So it's a 3rd and long. Bears with 4 wide receivers. From his end zone, Stewart steps up, pulls it down. Kobe Reinhardt grabbed him enough to slow him down, but he still picked up the first down at the 17-yard line.
Tell you what, and Bobby Wade made a key block. He got just enough of Reinhardt to keep Reinhardt from getting a clear shot on Cordell Stewart.
Bears have 2 timeouts left. Marty Booker. Pickup of 8 yards on the play, maybe 9. Justin Lucas with the tackle.
Is tops in the NFL when it comes to quarterbacks running the ball.
2nd down and 1 yard. Stewart. Gains. And the rookie gets out of bounds right at the 41-yard line. David Barrett with the tackle, but another nice gain of 15 yards.
Kurt, I think this is a good way for the Bears to go down the field. Cordell Stewart has good chemistry with Justin Gage, and Gage has that 6'4", that height advantage over the Cardinals defensive backs, and I think you can look for him, and if he goes deep, you can put it up. If Barrett stays over the top, then I think Gage can do a stop route like he did on the last play. I think this is the matchup I would want to attack.
Marty Booker in motion. Stewart. That's the tight end, Desmond Clark, and he will pick up 10 yards, close to that first down marker. Once again, clock still running now at 40 seconds.
David Terrell, you've got Justin Gage, you've got that size advantage over the Arizona defensive backs. Attack the outside.
Blitz picked up. Stewart got thrown down low, and Justin Gage made the catch.
Yeah, that was a marvelous catch, I tell you.
Gain of 13 yards on the play, ball at the 33, and the Bears will use their final timeout.
Because I know I could barely catch an underhanded toss.
On 2nd down, Stewart going up for Gage.
There you go.
Pushing and makes the catch. Second spectacular catch by Gage today, but there's a flag on this one, and it may be offensive.
Yeah, they may get Gage for a push-off, but this is the play that they needed to go to, Kurt.
Pass interference, number 87, offense.
Although I said pushing as he made the catch, and obviously he was pushing too much.
Right. Here's Gage. He's being covered by Emmanuel McDaniel. Boy, I'll tell you, he does get a little shove on his shoulder, but
he's not going to get away with that as a rookie. If he's a 10-year veteran and Michael Irvin, those kind of guys, you get away with it.
I don't like that call, Kurt. That's one of those judgment calls where because they will let receivers push. If the receiver and the defender are both pushing and shoving, they'll allow it. So it really becomes a very, very judgmental call, and I don't like that one at all.
A long third down, needing the 30-yard line to convert.
And I'd be going right there, Gage.
Stewart scrambling. Well, Justin Lucas made sure he didn't get far, tackling him right at the 25-yard line. There's a penalty marker down late as well. So after the 1-yard loss by Forsey, Olin Kreutz called for the false start, drops him back another 5 yards. Stewart out to Forsey. Running room. What a nice move. And I tell you what, this kid gets it into Arizona territory. David Barrett finally stopped him, but another nice play and a gain of 21 yards.
Really like a water bug. You know, the way he just chops those feet. And as I said, Forsey's no stranger to catching the ball and making things happen. That's what he did at Boise State. A lot of people hadn't heard of him. But watch his foot movement there. Look at him chop his feet, change direction. Not incredible speed, but just like a nice knack and a nice nifty elusiveness.
Ball on the 48 of Arizona. The pitch to Forsey. Turned sideways and didn't pick up a whole lot. Kenny King with the tackle.
Well, they're stacking the line of scrimmage against him now, Kurt, because of what he did in the first half. We'll take a little sampling of what Forsey, the show he put on, rushing the football in the first half, averaging about 7 yards a carry. But as we saw in that last play, especially on first down, I've seen the Cardinals here in this second half. What they've done is they've stacked the line of scrimmage. They've put a lot of guys in gaps, and they've gotten upfield, and they've shut him down. Open space. And one move sends him free.
Bears need the 38 for the first down. Stewart. Complete Marty Booker, first down Bears. They needed the 38, got the 33. Emmanuel McDaniel with the tackle, but a pickup of 14 and a first.
And this is just Marty Booker beating Emmanuel McDaniel down the field, separating himself and getting himself open. See some pressure there on Cordell. He holds up pretty well under it. But if you look at Booker, you see right there at the top of the screen, he just makes the move, beats Emmanuel McDaniel. And again, Kurt, I think that's where the Bears should be going to more.
Bears need the 23. Justin Gage, and Gage made another nice catch, but this one will be just shy of that first down. And there's an injured Cardinal still down on the field. Justin Gage comes in as that third receiver. They hand it off to Forsey, and Forsey will pick up 2 yards on the run. Marcus Bell with the stop. Forsey, a 6th-round pick out of Boise State. Justin Gage, a 5th-round pick out of Missouri, and he's the first 100-yard receiver the Bears have had since last December. He's got 4 catches for exactly 100 yards today.
Right. I would, if this were my decision, which it's not, but I'd keep the kid right on the field and just feed him.
Stewart. David Terrell, and Terrell diving gets the first down out to the 39-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play. Justin Gage comes right back in the football game.
Yeah, that's what's working for the Bears, Kurt. That's what's working. Get the ball to Terrell, get it to Forsey, get it to Booker, right?
I guess we should have known. I mean, Cordell Stewart told us that, hey, Justin Gage is going to get balls from me this weekend. He told us that on Friday.
He said he reminds him of Plaxico Burress from Pittsburgh because he's big.
Second down from the 39. Desmond Clark And the big tight end gets only 2 yards. Justin Lucas, who's now in the game at free safety, replacing the injured Dexter Jackson, makes the tackle. And this is a banged-up secondary for Arizona coming into today, and just got worse with Jackson going out.
Yep, without Ronaldo Hill, I think they're vulnerable. And again, you see Brock Forsey, and the Cardinals' focus is really shifting. You see what he did here in the first half, averaging 7 yards a carry. But in the second half, I mean, the Cardinals' defense has really shut him down.
Are going without that huddle again.
You see right there, you see how Charles Tillman can get right up on the line of scrimmage and bump the receiver because he knows he's got help behind him.
Blake goes down. Philip Daniels, second sack of the season, first of the day for the Bears.
Philip Daniels is playing at the left end position, and he's got a little stun on. He comes to the inside and really barely gets touched by Leonard Davis. Daniels.
Brock Forsey with a hole. Forsey gains 5 yards on the play. Ronald McKinnon with the stop.
Well, Kurt, the reason the Cardinals have been shut down recently on offense is the pressure that the Bears defense has gotten on Jeff Blake. Now, he's had 20 pass plays, and they've only sacked him once, hit him 6 times, forced him to scramble 3. But most of this has come here in the second half. Most of the pressure on Jeff Blake has come in the last few pass plays.
Cordell Stewart trying to get back into a rhythm. Started off the game 6 for his first 6, including 4 in the opening drive, which was a touchdown. Brock Forsey was running a lot like this on that opening drive. Adrian Wilson stops him, but Forsey picks up another Chicago first down after a gain of 7.
It's interesting that they've stuck with Brock Forsey, because in the first couple series, the Cardinals defense just shut him down completely for negative yards. But now he's moving on them a little again.
Brock Forsey again through the hole. Forsey. Another first down, Bears, and another big run by Forsey. 15 more.
Boy, he is the description for him is nifty. He is a nifty runner. Now, a pretty nice hole opens up here. The Bears' offensive line gives him a nice hole, but watch his foot movement. He's got those quick feet, puts a little move, and watch him take Justin Lucas for a ride at the end of that play. Very nice.
At 61 yards all season, he's got 75 today. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Marcus Bell was the first one to hit him.
To help the Bears beat Denver in Denver, but it's been ugly today.
Jeff Blake and the Cardinals take over, and he throws an interception. R.W. McQuarters with the pick down the sideline, forced out of bounds by Emmitt Smith. But Blake's first interception of the day is costly.
Well, Kurt, we talked about Jeff Blake's catch-22. He needed to make a play to get his team back in with a win, with a lead. He's got Bolden there on the comeback, but he just overthrows it. I mean, it's just it's an awful throw. And that so many times has marked this Cardinals season, where they get into a critical situation, and Jeff Blake, who has made some big plays, here's where you want to go for the end zone, right?
Ball on the 12-yard line. Forsey. And Brock Forsey will pick up a yard, maybe a yard and a half. LeVar Fisher with the tackle.
See, I think when you get a turnover like that,
go for the end zone.
Down in the red zone, the first play, you go for it all. Because I know that as a defensive player, after you have a turnover like that, there's a lull, there's a letdown. You're like, oh gosh, you're running back out onto the field, and the Arizona defense has been out on the field quite a bit today.
2nd and 8. Stewart looking towards the end zone.
There you go.
Caught for the touchdown, Des White.
So if you don't do it on the first play, you do it on the second.
And the defensive interception turns into an offensive touchdown, and the Bears have extended the lead to double digits.
And I tell you, Kurt, it was a very nicely thrown ball by Cordell Stewart.
Cardinals need 5 yards. Have to get it right to the 45. Here's the pressure. Freddie Jones won't get there. Brian Urlacher with his 7th tackle in this ball game.
This is one thing that you can never forget when you're playing the Bears is the range of the middle linebacker, Brian Urlacher. And to throw the ball underneath is to invite disaster because he is so fast, he covers so much ground, and he is a very sure tackler.
Scott Blair with the punt. McQuarters, who had the interception that helped out the Bears last possession, runs through the middle. And R.W. McQuarters takes the 44-yard punt by Player back 22. A gain of only, especially the second half of this year, is on his way to a 4th. Bears offense begins at the 35. Brock Forsey dancing, picks up 4 yards on the play. Well, we see Urlacher standing on the sideline. A little bit different look than he had last week in Denver.
That's right. He gets to watch him right here. He gets a shot on Clinton Portis and then just kind of melts.
Out for the count.
He said the good thing was at least Portis went backwards also, but Urlacher lost consciousness, and you can see he's a little bleary-eyed there, and then he's sitting there on the sideline blinking and wondering where he was.
I think he knows right now. Said his teammates did not let him forget that.
No, and he said when he looked at his wristband, he's like, well, what's this? What are these plays?
Didn't remember the first half at all. He's had a memorable game so far today. Brock Forsey. Forsey with another first down and another big gain into Arizona territory. 17 yards on the run by the rookie.
This is nice running by Brock Forsey. It's also nice blocking by the Bears front line. Everyone getting a block, providing a hole for Forsey, and he's showing excellent instinct, Kurt. The ability to find a hole and move quickly through it.
Injured Bear right now, big offensive tackle Aaron Gibson still down at the 35-yard line, former Minnesota Viking. First down for the Bears after the big run by Forsey. The pitch to him. And Brock Forsey goes over the 100-yard mark for the first time in his NFL career. Let's go back out to Los Angeles. And
thanks, JB. Well, that's certainly good news for the Chicago Bears, right, Kurt?
It certainly is. Brock Forsey slips a tackle, picks up 2 yards on the run.
He has been impressive, hasn't he?
He really has.
Well,
you talk about how important this Minnesota score is. The Bears right now, of course, hoping that they win today and then up in Green Bay next week. Right now, Minnesota's losing to St. Louis. They've got Seattle at home next week, which won't be easy, before meeting the Bears.
Here's their schedule. They've got Seattle next week, but you said that's tough. Chicago's, you know, you got to win to get in. They got Kansas City as well, and then at Arizona. So it's not inconceivable at all if the Bears can, you know, keep it going. They could be in this playoff hunt, which seemed inconceivable when they were 1-5.
Third and short. Forsey gets right at that first down marker and fell forward.
Well, he's fun to watch.
Yes, he did.
I mean,
100. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, he's doing it every way. He's doing it inside, doing it outside.
Well, look at the numbers. 71 total yards. Now, he didn't have a whole lot of playing time. Only one other start and one carry when he didn't start in that game. But right now, 138 total yards in this football game, and 111 of it is rushing.
And he's even got a little piece of turf on his shoulder there.
Aaron Gibson, the right tackle, being carted off. That's never a good sign. First down for the Bears. Ball on the 31. Stewart, pump fake.
Oh, wide open.
Des White with the catch, stayed in bounds. Finally knocked out right at the 2-yard line. Couldn't keep his balance enough to get into the end zone, but it's still a 29-yard pass reception.
Nice job by Cordell Stewart with the pump fake to draw off the safety. And Des White had David Barrett beat. Like Cordell. I like all of it all mixed together on the same fork.
Second and goal from the 8. Stewart gets away with room. Touchdown, Chicago Bears. Cordell Stewart likes eating everything on Thanksgiving. I think he's done everything today.
He really has.
2 touchdown passes and now runs for 1.
And Gilmore, and a poor pass, a poor decision to throw the ball by Jeff Blake. Otherwise, it worked pretty well.
On first down, Blake forced out of the pocket. Chase from behind, lost the football. Michael Haynes, the rookie, stripped it, and the Bears have recovered it.
And it's that catch-22 that I've talked about all game long with Jeff Blake. He pressed before and threw an interception. He's pressing now, and you can't blame him for pressing now. They're down by 18 points.
76.
Trying to make something happen, but Michael Haynes, the rookie, gets him from behind.
I tell you, George Stanford Brown's got to be in the game at some point. It's another rookie for the Bears coming up with another big play. Alex Brown got the recovery, but the first-round pick, Michael Haynes, forced it by stripping him. Brock Forsey, the 6th-round pick, has over 100 yards rushing, and Justin Gage, the 5th-round pick, has over 100 yards receiving.
I think Kurt Cordell is the story here today with 2 touchdown passes, 1 touchdown run. But Brock Forsey has taken a lot of pressure off Cordell in this offense today with his performance.
And he'll get to run it to run some clock. Forsey picks up 4 yards on the run and right now has 114 yards on his first career 100-yard rushing day, which ironically comes on the same date, October 30th, that Gale Sayers had his last 100-yard rushing day back in 1969.
It's a pretty good stat.
That just came to me.
I like it.
I don't know where it came from, just out of the air every now and then.
Well, right from the beginning, we said, you know, not having Anthony Thomas in the game would probably put more pressure on Cordell Stewart, but the way Forsey's played has taken the pressure off Cordell Stewart, and Stewart has played extremely well.
Pump fakes, zips it, caught Des White.
Des White is starting to have fun out there, because that's fun.
So is Cordell.
Yeah, so is Cordell, absolutely. But Des White is just going to work on David Barrett, and again, it's that big Bears wide receiver against a smaller defensive back. And you see Cordell, he goes with the pump fake to draw David Barrett off, and Des White gets himself wide open.
White, 4 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Cordell Stewart's run for 1, and Marty Booker is also caught a touchdown for the Bears. Brock Forsey. Nice job of following his blockers down to the 13-yard line.
You know, Forsey just sets up the defense, and then he cuts it back to the inside. I mean, he's just doing such a nice job today, Kurt. He has such natural instincts. He starts to the left. Watch him. He comes to the left here, and then he breaks back to the inside. So he sets up on the fullback block, and then just zips back to the inside and really stays north and south pretty well.
Second and short. Forsey. Going to be near that first down right at the 10-yard line. Ray Thompson with the tackle.
He's got just that little juke right
He does.
at the line
It's
of
just
scrimmage.
a little move there.
Yeah. Puts that little juke on people, makes people miss, gets
Forsey
himself into the next level.
set the NCAA record at Boise State for most consecutive games with a touchdown at 35. The only thing he hasn't done today is score a touchdown.
Yeah, I think it's fun, too, because you got a guy, he's a low-round draft pick. He's from a smaller school, so there's not a lot of hype on him. Not a lot of people know. Anthony Thomas gets viral pneumonia, so he gets his chance to play the whole day. And Cordell Stewart's on, so they got a passing game, and they got that balance, and he has just had a big day.
They give it to him again. And he picks up 2 more yards on his 26th carry of the day.
The other thing about running the football against this Cardinals defense, because the Cardinals defense has been good this season stopping the run, but they are just worn flat out today. Watch that footwork. Just feet, quick feet, up and down, making the breaks, finding the holes, and really getting north and south pretty doggone quick.
Forsey, before that last carry, 25. He's now got 26 for 126, and the numbers just keep on piling up for a kid who had 61 total yards as an NFL running back coming into today. More than doubled it. Carry number 27, he stutter steps, and there is that touchdown.
You said it was the only thing he hadn't done, and now he's done that too.
That's the capper on a great day by the rookie.
I'll tell you, it wasn't a gimme either. He started making moves in the backfield.
Second career touchdown for Forsey. And that one should all but put this one away. Edinger gets the extra point, and the Bears behind Brock Forsey are up 28-3 late in the fourth quarter.
You know, switch off. Read the first half and then.
Blake intercepted for the second time today. Jerry Azuma with the pick. And with 56 seconds left to go, that'll be it for Arizona.
All the Bears getting in on this one today, Kurt. Of course, Jerry Azuma and Charles Tillman, the rookie cornerback, have played extremely well today just to keep the Arizona Cardinals passing game limited to what they have. And when you talk about can they go up and beat Green Bay at Green Bay, the pressure, the burden will be on Azuma and Tillman.
Did you see he gave that ball to defensive coordinator Greg Blosch? And remember, Azuma had lost an opportunity earlier on in the season as a starter, started the year out there, lost the job to Tillman, but put back in the starting lineup and has made it pay.
You know, coming out in the game, we thought it was a team that, you know, we're going to be able to run the ball up against. You know, we knew that they had a solid defense, but, you know, we got some big boys on our line, and they opened up some holes for them.
That kind of confidence has been in short supply for the Bears this season, but when the third-string running back yaks it up and then backs it up, you know things are changing for the better. Good evening, everybody. Dan Roan, welcome to Instant Replay. Regardless of what you think about the coaching or the play calling, you have to give it to the Bears for one thing. They do not quit. And as a result, they are still alive for the postseason. Let me say that again. Still alive for the postseason. It would take a bunch of weird stuff to make it happen, but the Bears' confidence is soaring after their most impressive Sunday of the season at home today against Arizona. Bears picked up some swagger after that win at Denver last week and a great start this afternoon. Opening possession, Cordell Stewart looking deep for Justin Gage. Comes back to make the catch, 57 yards and inside the 5-yard line. Then on the very next play from scrimmage, Stewart rolling right, throwing right. Marty Booker, the fingertip catch. Bears' first quarter touchdown of the year at 7-0. And that was about it for the next 2 quarters. Stewart caught a wild streak. He spent some time on his back. And the Bears defense had Arizona in a box. Philip Daniels in the third quarter mauls Jeff Blake. 7-3 headed for the fourth, and here's where it got good. Blake throwing R.W. McQuarters up there for the interception, and a big return to the Cardinals' 12-yard line. It took Stewart only 2 plays from there. A bullet to Des White, and the Bears take a 14-3 lead. Another hero today, the rookie Brock Forsey in there for the A-Train. Forsey was rolling all day, gain of 17 here. And on 2nd and goal from the 8, it's Stewart on the scramble, and they can't get him. 7:46 to play, a 21-3 Bears lead. Then 3 plays after the kickoff, the Bears get it back. Jeff Blake stripped by Michael Haynes, and the fumble recovered by Alex Brown. Bears will make short work of this drive, and it ends in fitting fashion with Brock